everybody, my name is Chris, and welcome back to more of The Witcher 3, Blood and Wine. Now, before we really get into the episode, obviously you can see where we are. We're a little bit back in time. A little bit of a rewind time. So, I didn't expect at all that the ending to this quest, with Vivien and Guillaume, I don't even want, it's not controversial, but so passionate, like that the ending that I got, where we used the egg, where that was apparently the worst ending, which realistically thinking about it, I'm like, I don't think it's that bad in looking at it through Vivien's eyes. She gets to finally live 7 years of her life free versus spending the rest of it the way she spent all of it, right? Now, I understand. It's like, that still sucks. That's only 7 years. So I totally get that. But obviously, like, my thinking being that she could live, if she passed the curse on to somebody else, and she could live the rest of her life, years and years, decades, normally, would the guilt not eventually hit her? You know what I mean? Like, she could be happy that she can live her life, but at what cost? Kind of thing, you know? But it was also pointed out in the comments, like, you know, maybe she's not in the right state of mind. She's like traumatized, or like the curse has like gotten her into a headspace where it's like, it's her thing, she has to deal with it. She's not going to put that on anybody else. Which I also think her not wanting to put it on other people, especially an innocent person, I think that's pretty normal. That's a pretty normal thing. But we're going to do this the other way. We're going to see, because I want to see how this other direction goes. If we tell him about her curse. Now, also noticed, being in the tent, there's some items in here we can pick up. Guillaume's scrap paper. Which, again, we wouldn't have been able to see these if we just fast traveled back to the tent after talking with Vivien. It's only if we actually walk back on our own that we actually get a chance to go into the tent first and look around. But, oh god, I can already... O fair Vivien, thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet. This line's crossed out. Thy two breasts are like jugs of milk. Thy two breasts are like young roes that are twins. Yeah, it's a good thing you crossed those out. That ain't it, Chief. Legible line. Thy hands are like two white moons. When thou glance at me. When shall thou glance at me? He is lovesick. Which also, I can understand that he is willing to do anything and everything to help her. And what is it? I know I'm probably gonna end up saying it again, but the whole statement of Geralt and him talking at the end, being like, you know, oh, she doesn't owe him any of the love just because she did all this for him, which in a way, yes, is true. She doesn't owe him She doesn't have to marry him or fall in love with him just because he did this. However, he does deserve some credit. He does deserve a lot of credit, because really, he's the one that reached out to Geralt, which led to all of this even happening. So he really orchestrated what led to the cure. And then, she wouldn't even thank him in person. It's pretty, rude. Like, realistically. Even as, like, kind of extra that he is, sometimes. But it's not like he's extra in a bad way. You know? He's just smitten. You know? He just loves her so much. So much. Noble Alondra. The noble Alondra is widely believed to be a mythical figure, yet thanks to a painstaking analysis of the source materials, I have been able to establish beyond all doubt that the myth has roots in true events, in which Alondra, a real woman of flesh and blood, took part. What then do we know about the noble Alondra? Dressed as a man and calling herself by a false name, she served as a squire. Just before being dubbed a knight, she revealed her true identity and was forced into exile. She lived in the desert and, as a mysterious heron knight, defended pilgrims. She fought at the Battle of Cervantes Pass, where she was badly wounded and taken to the field hospital, where she was recognized. We know the Duke, moved by her courage, dubbed her a knight, and she then became the heroine of many tales which describe the righteousness of her character and generosity of her spirit. Alondra's disappearance remains shrouded in mystery. The most popular legend claims the knight was summoned by the Lady of the Lake and journeyed to the bottom of the lake to see here, where she remains to this day as the guardian of that subterranean domain. Interesting. So because she was, she was so noble. Could she have wielded Erendite? That thing? Or did she become the Lady of the Lake? Did she become the Lady of the Lake? I don't know. That's interesting, though. Very interesting. Legend of Alondra. Invitation to the hare hunt. The hare's been up to all sorts of mischief. While the unicorn slept, he stole his horn. When the phoenix was away, he stole its egg. And he plucked the golden fish from the King Cormorant's pond. The Supreme Court of Creatures thus called for a hare hunt, and that cowardly beast ran off as fast as he could, losing all his prizes along the way, and found himself a hiding place. Answer the court's call and head to the palace gardens to join the hare hunt. Recover all the hare's prizes, find the hare himself, and you shall receive your just reward. In the name of Her Illustrious Highness, the Supreme Court of Creatures. See, that was a fun event up until the murder. But up until then, the idea of it was like kind of goofy, but it was fun, you know? Okay, now to business. To business.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah.
Then speak, man. Can you not see I'm out of my mind with worry? What ails her?
Yeah.
She asked me not to talk about it.
But I want only the best for her. Perhaps I shall be able to help or, I don't know, console her at the least.
Yeah, and obviously my original thinking was, yeah, we could tell him, and sure, we could keep it in confidence that he probably wouldn't run off and tell her, but he's so... My thing was just like, he's so concerned, and he's so willing to help that he would kind of blow the whole thing up, maybe. But... Well, let's see what happens when we tell him, I guess.
We were both right, actually. It is a curse. One that's transforming Vivien into a bird. Her condition's getting worse.
Gods! A curse that is a worse affliction than disease. What now? Can you help her?
That'll depend on her. I'll try if she asks me. Significant risks involved, though. Shortening her life to about another 7 years included.
What? This is not what we agreed.
Oh, spell's complicated. It's all up to Vivien. It's complicated.
Tough case. Curses hold on her grow stronger every day. And I'm a witcher, not a miracle worker. Heard of one other method that could work. Curse could be lifted via her reflection, say in a pool of water. Thing is, we'd need someone who'd willingly assume the burden of the curse. Take it on in her stead.
You mean become a bird themselves?
Theoretically. See, curse grows weaker once it's transferred. Might end up as just an appetite for seeds and worms. All outcomes are on the table, though. Death included.
Gross.
I am prepared to sacrifice. Give my life for her.
Oh.
Just as King Fridank's knight did for the beautiful Queen Sero.
Knew that already. But are you prepared to swallow bugs for the rest of your life?
Yes. Which method do you believe to be best for Vivien?
Don't know yet.
But you have some notion, have you not? Do not tell me you seriously consider drastically shortening her life when I stand prepared to shoulder the burden.
Okay, listen, don't say it like that. Make me feel like I've made the wrong decisions. Now, let's not talk about that. The way he says it, though, it's like he is fully prepared to take on the curse for her. Which is pretty noble. And I guess, yeah, we kind of saw that coming, though, too. Like, I knew telling him about the curse, he would then be like, I'll take it. I'll do it. I want it. If it helps her. Which isn't a bad thing, but, you know.
Method using a pool of water's better. Poses no threat to Vivien.
Naturally. You must know you can count on me. I shall bear it all. But Vivien, I fear she might be too proud to agree to such a thing.
I'll meet her after the last contest. Talk to her. She could agree.
I'm counting on you, Witcher, and I'm content we finally know something. What now? We know all, so you need not see the tourney through. You could withdraw. True, I shall get an earful from the Herald should you fail to show for the last contest, but it's nothing I can't handle. So, what will it be?
Want to finish the tourney? Backing out of the tourney. Gotta wait for Vivien's decision. I don't know if this actually affects it or not. Because we found everything. We set him up already. And we'll finish the tourney anyway. But since we've already done it, I'm just going to cut past it. But interesting, right? Interesting how this can go.
I don't back out of anything. I'll take part in the last skirmish. Besides, Vivien will be busy till the tourney's end.
Indeed. In that case, you must meet the other knights of your team. They await near the arena's entrance, by the training ground.
Got it. Thanks. Greetings, my lady. Have you decided?
I have. I stand by all I have said. I wish to endanger no one and thus choose the method involving an egg. If it's to be the egg of an oriole, I know where to find one. There is a nest in my clearing. Might you explain the nature of the ritual? Its exact course?
Sure. Want to tell you something, though. Think we should try the alternate method first.
I was clear. It is out of the question.
Let me finish. Second method's less than reliable. To put it simply, Might work, might not.
But it will. I shall save you, O lovely Vivien.
Why are you here, sir? This is a private conversation.
Oh boy. Okay, and if he's willing to take it on, then I guess you could say she shouldn't feel guilty because he's choosing it. She's not asking him to take it, and he's agreeing, because then she would feel bad for asking him to take on the curse. Because she put it out there. But he's choosing it. He is saying, I will accept this. Giel means well, no need to be sharp, hear him out. No need to be sharp.
No need to be sharp with him, my lady. And if I'm to help you, gotta do one thing for me. Hear what Guillaume has to say.
Is that an ultimatum?
Looks to be.
Be not angry, my lady. You no longer bear this burden alone. I know all.
You told him!
Oof.
I know a curse afflicts you. A curse which grows more severe by the day. I understand how you feel. My aunt, Countess de Lawnful, once contracted a strange illness which ate away at her from the inside. She grew weaker by the day, the light fading from her eyes. I remember her saying the worst was not the pain, but losing mastery of her own body. She was so helpless. I fear you feel the same. The Witcher knows a way to lift the curse from you and let it rest on me. I wish to do this, to take it from you, Vivien.
Why?
Because I love you. I might have died in the arena. I sought to slay a Shaelmar for you. But now I see the fool I was. Now I see how I risked my life for no purpose. Yet, with this, I can truly do something for you.
I do not wish to inflict this horror on anyone. You saw how it looks, Witcher. I turn to you as one elder and hopefully one wiser as well. Do you think this a good idea?
Okay, and you guys pointed out another good thing, alright? I get it, this probably is the way better way to have done this quest. But, with everything he has been trying to do this entire time, since we arrived in Tucson, he has been trying to, like, achieve, you know, the glory to win over Vivien. He was fighting the giant at the beginning. And then he went into the battle with the Shaelmar. It was this whole thing. And he's basically just been losing every single time. So this is his chance to do something for her honorably. And, you know, the way that he believes would be right. You know?
Worth a try, as I see it. Original curse fell on an unborn child. Doubt it'll take hold as strongly when transferred to a full-grown man.
You've now heard the expert opinion. Let us do this together, Vivien.
Very well. I was prepared to die. Thus I am also prepared to attempt something mad. Now we must go to my pool in the woods, yes?
Yep. Okay.
Everything's agreed, so no point wasting any more time. Let's go.
Oh boy. Okay. So Guillaume is really prepared to do this. And yeah, the chance that the curse will be weaker probably won't have him, you know, full bird mode like she has. You know? Only one way to find out, though.
The aunt you mentioned. What became of her?
She passed on.
Damn. So,
Die, beast!
what? Gonna get him? You get him, Guillaume. You run the show right now.
Attack!
Okay. Good job. Good job, team. Okay, now we're here at the lake. Oh, now he can really see.
So, this is my true form. It is not too late. You may still change your mind. It will bring no shame.
My mind is made up. My resolve is firm. If you can handle it, so will I. You are beautiful to me, even as you stand now.
Oh. So wholesome.
Oh, that's clearly rubbish.
Shut your eyes, both of you, and don't move.
Guillaume,
Yes, my love.
if you become as I am now, I wish you to know I shall not leave you.
Well, that's sweet.
Picture yourselves reflected in a pool of water. Focus on that. Now, open your eyes.
Oh.
Damn. Think it might have worked.
Oh, Geralt. True fucking professional. See. Like he's like, damn, think it might have worked. Next, very next thing. Didn't think that'd work.
Honestly, didn't think this'd work. Doubted anything would happen. Read about this ritual in grimoires. Descriptions all seemed dramatic, embellished. All stipulated a condition that seemed improbable.
What condition was this?
A real bond between those involved. True love.
Oh. True love.
How do you feel? In general, you feel it change, Guillaume?
I was struck hard, as if by a battering ram, but now I feel not at all different. Apart from a slight itch on my skin. Are you certain it worked?
Yes, something happened, definitely. Must be an intersection beneath this pond. Powerful magic at work here. Look at Vivien.
She did it. First time she
What now?
smiled. What now? You get to live happily ever after. My work is done. You get to live happily ever after.
Now? Now you get to live together. Happily ever after. Still, watch yourselves carefully. Notice any troubling symptoms, find me.
Naturally. I thank you, Geralt. Oh, and your payment.
At last! I've so much to make up for. Balls to attend, distant lands to see.
Free at last, as a bird.
Ha! I find you droll. I had not noticed before.
But you will not fly away without me.
That remains to be seen,
My
I
God.
think. But I too must thank you, Witcher.
Don't mention it. You take care, both.
Is that Is that part of his curse now? He has to make bird puns as often as possible. Right? This whole lake looks... The fact that it's so magical. It could reverse her curse temporarily. That alone is interesting. It's like, why? Obviously, this clearing is where the curse happened, right? The nymph or whatever came out and told Vivien's parents to get out of here. Go on. This is his place, and then cursed her before she was even born. But yeah, holy shit. Well, damn. Okay. Well, I guess that's definitely a much better ending. That's much better. Like, yeah. Damn. That definitely played out better than I thought it was gonna. Pick it the other way around. Using the egg method.
Good tidings?
Greetings, Witcher.
And now they're together. Guillaume got what he wanted. She got what she wanted. And now they both have each other. Is great. And he might grow feathers at some point. But, you know, that's just, you know, it's character. Plus, who knows? It could be romantic. It could be romantic. Okay. And then I don't know where, obviously, and I don't know how long, but there is a point, because you guys pointed it out, that we can actually find them in the city later. After this. And they're just like, well, they're doing good. Which is nice to know. But yeah, damn. What a wholesome ending. So now she gets to live her full life. She has somebody that loves her. And he got to, I guess, like, retain or earn his honor in aiding Vivien. So really, it worked out for both of them. And yeah, overall, truly great. So, yeah, damn. Well, shit. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this recap, specifically. And this alternate method of the quest. But I guess now we've seen both outcomes, too, so it's also cool. But yeah, we're going to get right into the next episode. Now, the last episode, we went and started finishing out a lot of the things that have been waiting on us. We went back to go see how the... We went back to see how the Bellegarde winery was doing. They wanted us to come back in a few days with a surprise. We went back, only to find out not only is Bellegarde like doing well, but they have both co-owners have now settled their differences, and they are now in love. They are now together, and it's both amazing and incredibly just like, oh, all right, sure. And then they produced a new wine, a brand new wine, and they believe it's going to overtake Est as the best wine, pretty much. And they offered to name it after us, which is pretty cool, pretty damn cool. And so we named it White Wolf. And they gave us a bottle, and they said that they're gonna routinely send wine to us here at our place, constantly. Seems to be every 5 days, like once a week. It's nuts. It's nuts. So that's pretty cool. That was a fun little thing. And then we went to investigate one of the first contracts we got when we arrived here which was there was some moaning in the graveyard, and this guy was afraid to go home and all this stuff, right? So we went to investigate, and we came into two things. One, a bunch of grave robbers, and then specifically a robbing group trio. Were named Bruce, Robin, and Selena, which is a pretty neat reference, right? But then there was another one where the moaning was actually coming from these two. It was like a ghost couple. They both died. They were bickering constantly, so we had to move one of them out of the room. We got some Gwent cards out of it, so that was pretty cool. And, yeah. Then we went around, we enchanted our sword and our armor. We added slots to the armor. I didn't know we could do that at the time. Like, during the tournament, I was like, I wonder... And I think I said it, too. I was like, I wonder if we could add slots to this. It would be really cool. And so... I'm going to kind of wear the armor for a little bit longer before we change it to probably one of the other Grandmaster ones, just because... I love the look. It's so cool. It's different, right? But now we have important business to take care of. Because we have to go after that white. We have to go after that white. The last of its kind. Allegedly, if it's even actually there. And the only reason we think or know that it's there is because Regis had done that ritual with the birds and sent them out looking for the Spotted Wight. And one of them found it. So we're relying purely on the accuracy of that bird's observation. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. And because it's like way out here. It's like way out here, right on the edge of everything. Foglet. Let's go.
I like that silver.
Damn it. That's about right. That's about right. It's okay. You know, you gotta get one of those out of the way early in the video. Gotta get it out of the way. That way we can only, you know, only do better. You know, brush off the cobwebs and all that. No, it's not even been that long. But once we get closer, I'm gonna reread the quest info so that everybody's on the same page. And we didn't actually read the journal entry or the bestiary entry for the white. So oh, it just automatically uses Axie. Well, okay, hold on, hold your horses. Oh my god, okay. Alright, this might be a bit of a situation. I'll get past them. Obviously. We can do it. But you know, before just running our face into that again, let's just let's take a moment. The beasts in Geralt's clash had been violent, albeit brief. Now with it done, Geralt could have a chat with his long-lost friend Regis. A higher vampire, Regis revealed that the creature terrorizing Beauclair was none other than his dear friend Detlef. Geralt now understood he was pursuing a truly dangerous foe. a higher vampire, one of Regis's ilk. Then the Witcher and the vampire heard a clamor. A posse was drawing near, so Geralt and Regis cut their conversation short, preferring not to draw any attention. The vampire disappeared, but not before inviting the Witcher to pay him a visit at temporary quarters he'd established at the local cemetery. You'd better believe it. Mer Lachelong. So that was after our first battle with the beast. And then we talked to Regis in the warehouse. And then we had gone to meet him at his cemetery hideout. Geralt paid Regis a visit at his cemetery hideout. After a long debate, the two old friends concluded their first order of business was to find Detlef. Regis was to prepare a concoction to aid them in this endeavor, called resonance. Said brew required an array of ingredients, many of them hard to find. One such component was the saliva or salivary glands of a spotted wight, a species thought to be long extinct. Yet it seemed that one specimen remained alive, having made its lair near Beauclair. Geralt set out to find it. And that's what we're doing. Now we gotta read the bestiary entry for that. Which I believe not spec relic? No. Cursed. Oh, this is embarrassing. It's a spotted wight. It's not a vampire. Is it a necrophage? It is a necrophage, isn't it? Of course it is. It makes sense. I'm thinking it's like a... I think it's like a spirit. Where it's just a thing. Right, spotted wights. The best defense against spotted wights, stay calm and leave them alone. Fragment of a treatise on spotted wights by Roderick Gilligan. Spotted wights were the subspecies of wight which the Witchers drove to extinction. They were larger than their unspotted kin and owed their names to their numerous blotches and effusions. Spotted wights would most often dwell in derelict cemeteries and empty wildernesses, yet at times took to living in abandoned human domiciles. There, they would indulge in their greatest passion, creating brews from their own emissions. Ew. When not disturbed, spotted wights would not act aggressively. If threatened, however, they became very dangerous indeed. In the colder months, or when faced with an unseasonable chill, they would slip into a state of lethargy, making them easy targets. Even during their active periods, it is said the Witchers found a surefire way of besting them, based around careful casting of the Erden sign, or at least, so claims Witcher lore. Interesting. So Erden. It's our go-to. I like it. I like it. I like using Erden more. It's pretty great. Obviously, it's like a real go-to for any sort of
Faster.
specter. But being able to use them against so many different enemies is cool. Is really cool. Like the giant centipedes, the fact that does what it does, like literally stun locks them, is super cool. You know? And I'm sure that it works differently for a lot of enemies. Some enemies it just slows them down, which is still good in certain situations. You know? So, I'm a fan.
Our guests. Never a good omen.
Nope, always seems to be connected to some shit. What's with all those spoons? Alright, Roach,
Jesus,
I'm gonna...
Raven wasn't lying. Spoons all over the place.
Oh my god. Okay, okay, okay. Y'all gotta fucking chill out. Damn it! I was so close. Oh, it was at 10. Oh, if I approach that better, I could totally reuse this place. But this is pretty good. Damn, that was such a good opportunity to level the sword up again. But yeah, can we take a second? Like spoons. Yeah, like I was noticing like down here too, like spoons. Alright, give me one more. Just one more. Give me one more enemy. Anyone. Anyone, please, before this charge runs out. Oh god, there's nobody here. Damn it. No! Foglets are gonna murder me. Well, I guess we'll just cut it as a loss. Get him next time. Yeah, I just saw this and I was like, what's going on out here? Oh, there we go. Never mind. We saved it. We saved it, right? Like that was another level. Yeah, it was. Hell yeah. Cool. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Strange. Get a sense that the spoons are beating out some kind of rhythm. A message. Trying to tell me something.
Soup. Locked. Yeah, I'm expecting to find a lot of spoon garbage here. It's just interesting, right? Like, this is where a Spotted Wight is supposed to be. Why so much spoon? I see that. Did I light that on fire? Okay. Alright, so it's gonna be a thing. Like an alarm system? That's what my thought was, but seems like
none shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall say to you, never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror. Sounds like a curse, all right.
Oh boy. Interesting.
Somebody's clearly obsessed. Regis mentioned the place might be cursed. Can't be a coincidence. Need to look around.
Oh boy. Oh great.
What a pigsty. Need to search it thoroughly. Find a way to collect some white saliva. White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
Is there anything outside? Ooh. Soiled letter. Oh, geez. Okay. Marlene, my dearest daughter. You have no idea the pain it causes a father to write these words. A father who must abandon his own child, cease to be a father, and his heart shall never know comfort. Sadly, as a result of what has happened, I have no other choice. We, along with the rest of the household, must abandon our state. It is because that curse took you from us, leaving in your stead a mindless, bloodthirsty creature. We shall go north to Kovir, and if you ever read this letter, which could only mean you have returned to human form, you are to look for us there. For my part, I can only promise each year I will send an envoy who will be tasked with checking in on you, seeing if you are alive, and, if so, in what form. Faith that you will once again be my beloved Marlene gives me the strength to live on. Perhaps the curse will not last forever. Perhaps someone will come along who can lift this burden from you. Farewell, your loving father. Damn. Okay, so we're not dealing with just a monster. And the odds are that Spotted Wights were and are extinct. It's on this Marlene is only one because of a curse. Makes so much sense. Okay, real quick, I saw it might not even be related to this place. There's that little path that goes up this way that leads to that little cave. Not cave, but it was like a door. Does that have any relation to anything? Nope. Cool. I just wanted to make sure before we pressed forward, in case that was some sort of back door inside or something. But alright, so we're not just about to walk in here and start blasting. Right, we're gonna...
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
Just so strange, why spoons?
Spoon's incredible. The craftsmanship must have graced a rich man's table.
Ooh. Oh, shit. Stained diary. For a few days now, I've been having dizzy spells. I've never experienced anything like this before. If it carries on, although I can't stand witchcraft and sorcery, I'll have to visit an herbalist. The dizziness has not gone away. Worst of all, it's been joined by pain, so strong that at times I cannot see. Into the herbalist. A repulsive old crone looked at me like she had seen a monster. She gave me some cursed mixture that I have to drink twice a day. It's not helping at all. Today, like every day, I looked in the mirror and I was lost for words. I usually check that I don't have any wrinkles or bags under my eyes, but today, there are no wrinkles. But I'd rather there were. I have hair growing on my breasts. It's horrible. It's gotta be because of those damned herbs. I went to the herbalist to smash her face in, but her chambers were empty. She must have known what would happen to me and legged it. My family is starting to suspect something, although I am cutting the hair back, which is growing back faster and faster. I've tried to put the idea out of my head, but I can't hold it back any longer. Maybe it wasn't the herbs that led to this, but a curse placed upon me by an old beggar whom I had to chase off one time. I have to find out. I want to hire someone who can find the herbalist. I cannot think, and it is getting hard to write. Loneliness. No family. Eat. I want to eat. Not a good spoon. Empty spoons. Nothing. Eat. It hurts. Mirror. Lies. No. Ah. God. The transformation. They really... Oh, that's written so well. Good diary entries. But, like, you see the descent. So, at first, she went to the herbalist. And then she started blaming the herbalist for why this happened. But then she brings up the fact that there was an old beggar that she had to chase off at one point. Which kind of reminds me of, like...
Poor girl. Realized she was changing into a monster. Recorded it in her diary. Poignant.
Very, I don't know. I don't know why it reminded me of, like, the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Just like that whole... Well, trying to shoo off the beggar. And then she got turned. Well, this is the mirror.
Smashed mirror. As if someone couldn't stand to look at themselves. The monster. Journal's author, maybe?
Interesting. Probably.
No spoon you have shall sate you. Whatever lives here treated that literally. Still searching for the right spoon.
So she's hungry, but she can't eat because none of the spoons are correct because of the curse. It's like no spoon you have is going to be good enough. And so it's just driven mad.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Spoon key. Now, ain't that a little bit of something?
A spoon key. Sophisticated crafting. Tag bears a description. White's a true collector.
Spoon key note. This certifies the item up for auction, an antique spoon key forged at the Christofferson and Sons workshop in 1210, belongs to Smeagol Circus, owner of the Pheasantry. Smeagol? Wait, Smeagol Circus? Is that like actually a reference to Smeagol from Lord of the Rings and Circus being Andy Serkis, the guy who played him? Interesting. Yeah, this looks morbid.
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
This is more of the same.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
So, no spoon is ever going to be good enough. You can't handle looking in the mirror, and anyone no one shall dine at your table. Is that why they died?
Skeletons. Doubt they came here willingly. This have anything to do with the curse? None shall sit and dine with you at your table. It'd make sense.
Does that mean they just like burst?
Right on, bit right off. Teeth all knocked out. Somebody tried to force feed him.
I mean, if none shall dine at your table, he wouldn't be able to eat.
Broken neck, indentation in the skull's lateral surface, smacked in the head with something heavy.
Shit.
No claw or fang marks. Probably choked to death.
Alright, this took a turn.
Woman's name scratched into this wooden spoon. Romantic.
It's her spoon. We have so many spoons to sell. Decaying letter. Dear Master Levasseur, I know you'll track outlaws for pay. I have an unusual assignment for you. No doubt you wonder why I've drawn you out here and why we cannot meet in person. You see, in my present situation, any kind of meeting is very risky. Not so much for me as for the person with whom I meet, for I am afflicted by a curse, or as I hope, and why I have turned to you. Side effects of medicine given to me some time ago by an herbalist. Soon after I visited the herbalist, she disappeared without a trace. I desperately wish to understand my illness, so I wish to hire you to find her. When you do, learn as much from her as you can about the medicine she gave me. If my suffering is a result of her wickedness, then make her provide an antidote. I assure you I have ample wealth, and will reward with no small part of it for your service. If it turns out my suffering is not the fault of the herbalist, please let her go. I will then have a different task for you, because this shall mean I am afflicted by a terrible curse which only the gods can cure. I believe it was cast upon me by a certain beggar who came to my manor while I was hosting a soiree for a few friends. If you can find that vagrant, I will pay you double. Sadly, all I remember of him is that he sold mirrors. I am aware this is not much, aid for your hunt, yet I trust in your considerable talents and wish you the best of luck. Marlene de Trustamara. Son of a bitch. Really? Gaunter O'Dim himself. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, like, the amount of people that we've come across were probably a result of him. Like, oh my, that's so crazy. That's so cool, though. That it actually still kind of references him, you know, and it wasn't just all contained. Son of a bitch. So he came to the manor while she was hosting a party. And he tried to, like, shoo her away or something. But why would he curse her with this? What is the... Yeah, and honestly, thinking about the riddle again, it is something that he would say.
None shall sit and dine with you at your table. No spoon you have shall sate you. Never again shall you wish to spy your reflection in the mirror.
Damn. How is this gonna go? Oh. It's been interesting, but it got more interesting.
Actually does seem like a Wight's lair. Bit atypical, but still. Cauldron should be somewhere around here. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Interesting. Another spoon. Which direction is it? Ooh.
Cauldron I was looking for. Wight's not particularly tidy.
Damn. I want to keep going, but I don't want to keep going if it's gonna be further, so I'm just gonna look into this. What a surprise.
Wight's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred. Tables set. White, who lives here, is getting ready for some sort of feast. White that lives here, definitely afflicted by a curse, and it's been trying desperately to lift it.
Which is all, it's
Spoon,
pretty sad.
Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
But also, you know, we don't know what kind of person she is. But then it's like, does a bad, even a not great person deserve that kind of a curse? Who's to say?
Cauldron's empty, unfortunately. Regis needs some brew. Afraid he won't get that. No choice but to hide and wait for the saliva glands and their bearer. Need a spot that'll let me observe the cauldron.
I know. I'm gonna go down this way, though. I hear... If for some reason this triggers some shit and it does things out of order, it's gonna suck. Monstrous curses and their descriptions. Introduction. Curses that change a fellow into a monstrous creature have existed since the dawn of time. They have a variety of origins and a variety of effects. It normally happens that a mage or sorceress casts a curse and the spell changes the subject. It doesn't always happen straight away. Sometimes the person who has been cursed changes slowly bit by bit. It also happens that a normal fellow can cast a curse, someone whose conscience is clear and who has done good in their life. Such a person can acquire power, and thus the aggrieved can place a curse on the evildoer. Such curses are strong and cannot be removed easily. Thus, everything by which human suffering is atoned is long-lasting and painful. Damn, that's deep.
Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Well, it's a ladle. It's different. But, like, I get where you're coming from.
White's obsessed. A real collector. Thoroughbred.
Oh, I just realized. That's all spoons. Oh my god.
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old. Another spoon. Yep, just as normal as the last one.
Oh.
White's obsessed. A real collector.
Just checking out every single
Thoroughbred.
spoon.
Thousands of them here. White's been a collector for years.
I hope this doesn't start something. Damn. If it's like no spoon you have will sate you, then
Spoon. Pretty ordinary. Maybe a little old.
yeah, it's like trying to find any spoon anywhere. But then couldn't you just, you know, not use a spoon? Or is that part of the whole thing driving her mad? She needs a spoon. We're gonna find this out right real quick. Just... Oh yeah, he literally is gonna meditate. Okay, that's fun. Oh boy. Crown of spoons. What a horrible existence. Try to lift the curse, attack the monster. Fuck! Lift the curse. We're trying to be good about this. Be smarter. Because if this goes south or they turn out to be awful, probably just kill them afterwards. But
I'm not gonna hurt you. Wanna help? I've seen the words of the curse on the walls. Think I know how to lift it.
interesting.
You tried to bring folk here, convince them to sit at the table with you, right? Well, I'm gonna be your guest now. Your willing guest.
Interesting. What's that gonna do, though?
Just need a bit for Regis.
Oh, we got it.
And now we'll tend to you.
It's just so interesting. Let's swap spoons. Let's eat using the spoons. Let's eat not using the spoons. It's just like, it's a monster, but it's like such the expression of just like, just waiting, like, maybe it'll work. Please. We know the exact wording. Right? No spoon shall basically don't use a spoon. Like I was thinking, like, just don't use a spoon. Just eat without a spoon. Because swapping spoons isn't going to matter. Because any spoon that she uses is going to have the same effect. And if we both eat with spoons, the current spoons, it's still going to be the same thing. So we have to eat without using spoons.
We can't use spoons. No, that won't work. You've been looking for a spoon that would feed you, but there's no such spoon. We need to eat without spoons.
I was gonna say, ugh. But also, he is.
Open your eyes. You need to see your likeness.
Oh. Oh, Geralt. Oh, no.
Think it worked. Just not quite like I expected. Need to see what happened to the white. Won't be hard to find given its stench.
Dude took one for the team with that. Oh. That's probably disgusting. I mean, he's drinking worse stuff, I'm sure, but still. Oh. God. And, like, his mutations allow him to, like, really take it. Still. God damn it. The idea was to eat without it. I guess that is kind of torturous, right? Like constantly looking for a spoon when never thinking to not eat with a spoon. Interesting. And then looking in the reflection. Looking into her own reflection. Okay. One more down. Okay. That worked out. Just bolted. Okay, we're close to leveling it up again, too. Oh! There you are. Wait, did it actually work?
Shh, easy.
Oh,
Not gonna
shit.
hurt you.
Eat. I must eat.
I bet. Fucking bet. Jeez.
I'll take you someplace safe.
Oh. That good guy Geralt. Oh, we brought her all the way back to Corvo Bianco?
So I took her by the hand and led her here. Seemed the only sensible place for her.
You did the right thing, sir. She should recover quickly here. Don't worry, sir. I shall see to everything. She is safe here and in good hands. She'll soon be back on her feet.
Might actually take a while. She hadn't eaten anything in over 100 years when I found her.
Horrid. Whatever brought this about?
She was cursed.
Told me her story on the way here. Her name's Marlena. She was once the very
Marlena.
beautiful and proud heiress to the Trastamara estate. One evening, when she was holding a banquet for friends, a beggar came to her gate seeking alms. He had a bowl and a spoon with him. He sat outside her fence and waited.
I've heard of the custom. An ancient rite of hospitality that obliges one to give food and drink to such a guest lest he depart hungry. To neglect the custom is to bring great misfortune down upon oneself.
Marlena didn't care a whit for the old customs. She drove the man off, saying she'd rather feed the leftovers from her feast to her dogs than to give the beggar anything. The beggar then broke his spoon, cast a curse. She was beautiful, so he said she'd never wish to look at herself in the mirror again. Since she adored feasts, he swore no one would ever wish to sit and dine with her. And as she even refused him the crumbs from her table, he swore she'd never find a spoon in the world that would sate her hunger.
A harsh punishment. I imagine lifting the curse was hardly simple.
Rather not go into it. Some thinking, figured it out. Yeah.
Curses are tricky. They play on irony. Always gotta figure out what the catch is. Marlena had spent decades looking for a way to lift it. Transformed into a wight, she stole spoons and lured folk into her home, trying each time to get them to dine with her. Didn't work.
So what did?
Someone had to sit down and share a meal with her, of their own free will. They had to eat without using spoons, and make her look at her reflection.
That's it? That was all it required?
Simplest solutions are sometimes the last that come to mind. Besides, when you're a wight, it's pretty damn hard to find willing human company for a feast.
I imagine so.
True.
But, most importantly, it is now over. Please, don't worry. She will be in good hands here.
Glad to hear that.
Thanks. Gotta get back to my business now. See you soon.
Oh, god damn. Okay, so, firstly, it is like the Beauty and the Beast moment at the beginning. And also, Beauty and the Beast takes place in France. So it makes sense with all the French influence of Blood and Wine. And then, of course, the man with the spoon, Gaunter O'Dim, the spoon is his goddamn calling card at this point. Every situation, you know, spoon. So it's just like, God. And he's cursed her. Now she's back. You know, hopefully she learned her lesson, you know. 100 years. It's a long time. But Marlena?
I thank you. So tasty. Oh, so good.
Oh no, I feel like that level of hunger, you're probably eating until you get like a stomach ache. Like, it's probably pretty intense. Oh man. But that was cool. That was cool. That was cool. And I like that we actually had the option to lift the curse and not just kill. Like, we could have obviously just swung and walked away. Without a thought.
Just take to work.
But it's cool we had the option. And then Geralt, being the good guy that he is, you know, figured it out. I'm sure all our time with Gaunter O'Dim has only made us sharper for this kind of nonsense. We were delivered wine. We were delivered wine. We were delivered wine. There it is. 5 white wolf. Hell yeah. Sweet. You know what? We haven't, so we'll drink one. Be nice.
Our knights errant? They're so heroic. We had to summon a witcher
that's
to do their work.
lovely. Them and Matilda.
Alright, cool. Love it. Love it. Big fan of how that quest went. It wasn't very long, but it didn't need to be. It was pretty straightforward. We got the saliva with the brew and all that. So that means we can well, I still think we need other stuff for the ritual. Regis. But at least we got one of the more tricky ones out of the way. Regis, I got some great wine, man. Oh. Just a bottle of ghoul's blood. Part of it is like, is he actually just sleeping in there? What's this? Biography of the vampire Regis. Ooh. Cyrilla Fiona Hélène Rihanna. Born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, Princess of Bruges. Brugge, Brugge, and Duchess of Sodden, heiress to Ines Ard Skellig and Ines an Skellig, and suzerain of Atra and Abiara, daughter of Pavetta, see Pavetta Fiona Ellen, and the Urcheon of Erlemwald. Dear God, I'm sorry about these names. See Emir von Emrys. So, Emir married Pavetta. And that's, yeah. Granddaughter of the famous Lioness of Sintra, Queen Calanthe. See Calanthe, Fiona, Rihanna. Rhiannon. Shipwreck occurred during a journey from Sintra to Skellige, which took the lives of the Urcheon and Pavetta. Cirilla's further upbringing was then entrusted to her grandmother. In 1260, afraid of the looming Nilfgaardian threat, Queen Calanthe sent Cirilla to the court of King Ervil, see Ervil of Verdun, where the heiress of Sintra was to marry the heir to the throne of Verdun, the Prince Kistrin of Verdun. Though allying with Verdun and gaining the aid of the realm's army was at the time Calanthe's top priority, no marriage ever occurred, and Cirilla returned to her grandmother's court. In 1262, during the so-called Sintra massacre, Cirilla went missing. So is that how it happened? So, when I say that happened, I'm saying like, so that moment is when Cirilla went missing. Is that when she came across Geralt? That moment? But that's interesting. I apologize for butchering every name in that. Every name. We clear Gwent tournament. Well, I wanted to read Regis's journal. That would have been cool. I thought that's what we were gonna do before reading that one. But that's fine. Gotta be in here somewhere. Right? Well, it should actually be lit, because I don't think we've read it or a copy of it. Oh, we got so many books to look at. Oh, no. Damn it. I really wish there was a way to sort it by new. You know, like in the order that we got them in. Godfrey's Civil War, Basilisk of its kind, Noble Houses, Gwent, a History, Fortress, Curious Customs, Elven Architecture, The Vineyards of Tucson, Hellhounds, Kikimoras, Slizzards, Me, My Panther and I, Van Grot's, The Wondrous Insectoids, Journal of Research into Arch Spores, Follow if you code Dwello, Is it not here? I can't have missed it that bad, right? Like, I actually did pick it up. Well, if I can't find it relatively quickly, we're gonna move on, and then I'll find it. I'll find it at some point. Because I really wanted to read that. That would have been cool. Damn it. Yeah, it's just like type, price, weight, and durability, rarity. And it's not a quest item. It's just an item. Yeah. Damn it. Where'd it go? It like genuinely just disappeared after we picked it up. What the hell? Well, shit. Damn it. It's gone. I might have to reload and maybe it just bugged out and fucking disappeared. I don't know. Well, we'll worry about that later. Clearly. We'll catch it. I'll get it. If I can't get it again, we'll do it between episodes and then I'll have it ready for the next one.
Think your friend's hand will make for a nice broth?
You've clearly honed your sense of humor. But we are not cannibals, Geralt. I took a fragment of tissue from the hand. It will suffice to prepare some resonance.
What did you do with the rest?
I cremated it, as our codex commands. A raven told me you'd acquired the necessary ingredient.
Damn. So we don't have any more of that hand. Well, what if we mess up? We don't have any more. Let's see, spying on me, helpful creatures, ravens.
Pretty helpful creatures. Call on them often?
I try not to overdo it, but they can be so useful, as they were now, when I merely needed to be sure I could arrive in time should things go sour.
Managed fine alone, but thanks for the thought. Gonna need much longer to finish brewing resonance? Mentioned a last ingredient, too. What about that?
That, I fear, might prove troublesome. You see, to use the concoction to summon the memories of one, the solution must contain the blood of another specimen of the same species.
Shouldn't be a problem. I happen to know a higher vampire who should be willing to help. Right, Regis?
It's not that simple, I'm afraid. While you were away, I tried my damnedest to identify a replacement, but alas, none such exists.
Not sure I understand what the problem is. Can't we just draw some of your blood?
The blood must be in an agitated state. As I'm certain you know, higher vampires can change their corporeal shell. As our flesh changes, so does our blood's chemical composition. To make a long story short, I shall need to induce in myself a state of strong psychokinetic arousal. In brief, madness, rabidity.
Oh.
That stands to be very, very dangerous.
Okay. That seems safer than what I was thinking.
Dangerous? Why? I mean, you'll still be you, right?
True. But I should be highly agitated, in a state of fury. You know better than I that fury cannot be controlled. If you've ever seen an enraged vampire, you know very well that all who find themselves nearby will be in grave danger.
How will we handle that? I'd rather not have you lunge at me, claws extended.
That makes two of us. But worry not. I've thought it through very thoroughly. Details to follow soon.
Details to follow soon.
All right, so what do you want to do?
We shall visit Tesha Mutna, an ancient vampire estate. There we will find cages suspended in the air. I will enter one, be confined. You will lure beasts there. Beasts you will then kill. The bloodletting should prove profuse. Abundant enough so that the blood scent will drive me mad. Wild.
Ooh. This is gonna be something.
Tesha Mutna. What's it like?
It is a place of torment. A torture chamber. Long ago, shortly after we'd arrived in this world, one among us named Kagmar developed such a taste and lust for human blood that in one night he could imbibe an entire village. This brought trouble on the entire species. Common folk wearied quickly of living in constant fear. They began to hunt us, seek the aid of mages and witches in tracking us down.
So what? Not like they could ever hope to kill you.
But they were bothersome. Forgive the comparison, but when did you last enjoy mosquitoes buzzing around your head? In any case, the other vampires decided something had to be done. Kagmar had to be caught and punished. A torture chamber was thus outfitted in the dungeons of Tesha Mutna. Inside it, a cage made entirely of a special alloy of silver, dalvinite, and meteorite steel. Kagmar was captured and locked in the cage, sat there over 2 centuries, driven to fury time after time,
Oh my god.
never able to escape. Thus I know the cage will withstand the fury to which we shall drive my humble being.
That's insane. Oh god. Okay, that's hardcore. Holy shit. 2 centuries. He was in that cage. Just losing his entire mind and anger and fury. Oh, that's... Damn. Okay. Shit. Guess we got a plan. I like that the skeleton has a hat. I just noticed that. It's a very nice hat.
See no reason to dawdle. Tesha Mutna, take me there.
In a moment. Just one last thing.
Oh? What is this last thing?
What was that?
Blood. Oh, the last favor the Raven did me. I've also taken some Sancurium, a solution that sharpens one's sense of smell.
Oh?
1 drop of blood shall smell like a gallon to me now.
You crazy? You're a recovering addict.
Your outrage warms my heart, Geralt, but you must remain calm. I have no choice.
Damn.
As things stand, the die is cast. High time we set off for Tesha Mutna. My head's spinning already, and you're starting to smell quite tasty.
And you're starting to scare me.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like where this is going. At all. I didn't know he was gonna take blood. Shit. That's a hell of an estate. Or it was back when it was, you know, solid.
We have arrived. The sacrificial chamber of torture and torment lies underground.
Okay. But...
Sure you know what you're doing?
I can only hope I do. Please, let's go. The longer we delay, the less control I shall have of my faculties. I'd really prefer not to hurt you.
I appreciate that.
You lead.
Oof.
Scurvers must be getting close to their feeding ground.
Correct. I told you there'd be danger.
All right.
Beyond this wall lies...
An ancient vampire dungeon. Seen a lot of things in my time. Nothing quite like this, though.
I feel honored. A man with such a wealth of experience, yet I'm about to show him something new. Now, to open it.
Wait, isn't that the... That's the wall that I looked at before and I didn't know if it went to something.
How the hell?
It's an ancient form of protection against unwanted guests.
Oh my god,
The
it is.
mechanism which releases the latch reacts only to a higher vampire's blood.
Tricky mechanisms, a vampire hideout. Fortified, secured. Must have been important to your species once, Toussaint.
Okay, I'm sorry, but holy
It
shit.
shall always be so.
It is.
During the conjunction, the
Oh, I
gate
knew something was here.
to this one opened upon this land and no other. This was the first place we saw.
See. Oh, that's so interesting.
Human husbandry and care? This for real?
The author observed humans, their behavior, over the many years he spent breeding them. morally suspect though it may be, it's a thorough survey of the topic.
Breeding them? That is a strange thing, but I guess, okay. The most important aspect of raising human livestock is to provide the herd with conditions that, on the one hand, guarantee their survival, but on the other hand, do not extend too far beyond the minimum needed for that survival. It should be borne in mind that people are creatures bestowed with great intelligence, or rather cunning and instincts that allow them to gain as much as possible from their environment. In terms of husbandry, this means humans will always try to obtain more than we give them. It is recommended, therefore, to provide each individual with a place to sleep, a meal twice a day, and a permanent access to water. These conditions, which might seem overly luxurious to some, ensure the optimal production of high-quality hemoglobin. More details on diet in later chapters. Also essential is access to air, without which humans die within minutes. There is no need to be concerned about the ability for human livestock to multiply in the conditions described above. If they are ensured a minimal existence and male and females are mixed, they will copulate irrespective of whether they are in captivity or not. It's so weird to read it like this. It's worth mentioning here that there is a school of thought that suggests treating human livestock with greater freedom and care, including providing them with better quality fodder and a certain degree of freedom. This allegedly ensures a greater amount of favorable elements in the blood and makes it tastier. However, it is worth mentioning that this method of husbandry is much more difficult and requires emotional bonding techniques, which will be discussed in the following chapters. Great. That sounds so strange. Ooh, Tesha. What? Champion of Tesha Mutna. I am he who serves the tribe. Exalted above men, I renounce human weakness. Uplifted above men, I become keeper of my flock. Filled with strength, I turn my sword against the enemies of the tribe. I am master and slave. I am executor of the will of the tribe. I accept this sword and this armor so I may serve the tribe. Oh, gotta put it on. Oh, the sword is weak. Does it look cool? Of course it looks cool. Of course it looks cool. Oh, the armor is not great too. But also... Okay, that's pretty sick though. That's pretty sick. I like that it has a resistance to bleeding. 25% resistance damage from monsters. Wait, it's a whole... There's a 6-piece set. Killing opponents restores vitality. The amount of vitality restored equals 1% of the maximum vitality for each element of the set worn. Currently that amount is 2%. So we'd have 3%. Oh, can we get the whole set, please? That's cool looking. It's pretty sick.
This place. There's evil here. Death hangs in the air.
Yes. Great many beings have breathed their last here.
Okay, as much as I want to wear it, I do. We get too many bonuses from that. I may run around with this once we get more pieces to it. Because it does look really cool. This is pretty much what I imagined. But I don't think we've really gotten to it yet.
Glyphs are carved into the rock. Coated with blood used to be. They mean something?
They're emblems, symbols of, well, what you would call tribes, dispersed throughout the world after the conjunction. My ancestors placed them here to remind us all where we came from.
And this one? Which tribe's this?
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlough's. We both remained in this part of the world.
Okay. That was like a hand with a blood droplet in it. This is a hand with a snake around it. Oh, nothing? Okay.
What's this symbol mean?
There we go.
It's the symbol of the Tedet. Those who went east beyond the Blue Mountains.
God, there's a lot of lore here. A lot of lore. Yo, there's a mask? There's a mask? There's a mask. That's interesting. So strange. Oh, with the cat eyes, it's so creepy. Battery cage versus free-range humans.
Seems your kind assembled a peculiar little library.
Great. In recent decades, many of us have come to believe that a much more effective way of obtaining good quality human blood than hunting individuals is their systematic, controlled husbandry. Apart from the obvious advantages, such as being able to control what the flock eats and the ability to crossbreed specific individuals to obtain offspring with the best hemoglobin. Another clear advantage of breeding human flocks is that the domesticated humans held in confinement, as opposed to those in their natural habitat, i.e. villages and towns, become less aggressive and therefore less troublesome. When it comes to farming humans, there are various schools in which two seem to have gained the wildest acceptance in recent times, namely battery cage and free-range husbandry. This thesis describes in detail the advantages and disadvantages as well as the methods of carrying out each type of breeding. As an introduction, it is worth mentioning the basic differences between both types. Oh boy. Battery cage human husbandry. Described very accurately and in detail in the book Human Husbandry, is the placing of several male and female individuals in a closed, restricted space with permanent access to air, food, and water. This form of breeding differs from free range in that the flock is not permitted to leave the breeding area and is held captive the entirety of their lives. Yeah, that sounds awful. So they just literally put them in a box. Obviously a box like, you know, of a specific size for the amount of humans they have. But they just put them in there and then eventually they breed. And it's just like, it's not good. And I know there's parallels to that with, you know, animal husbandry too. So, free range, on the other hand, involves leaving the flock in its natural habitat or creating a habitat that simulates it closely, creating villages, more on which can be found in the chapter Human Villages, establishing and growing a herd. Then making the herd psychologically or physically dependent on its owner. The most effective method for making a human individual dependent is guaranteeing its safety and permanent access to high-quality feed. It is worth adding that a human that trusts its owner does not feel fear and does not defend itself from having its blood drunk, which limits the production of noradrenaline and cortisol, which have a negative impact on the taste of blood. Furthermore, it may happen that a domesticated free-range human may feel a certain pleasure when its owner drinks its blood, most likely associated with sexual tension, which causes an intensification in the blood's flavor.
Indeed, though I personally did not lay a hand to it.
Right. Good. So that's part of the set. That's neat. Alright, well, shit. We're learning about how fucking weird and uncomfortable vampire society was.
Who for?
Ah, disgraceful. Excruciatingly so, this particular page from our history. I'd rather not summon the demons of the past if it's all right with you.
Oh, that about tells me. Who captured
This one? Which tribe's
capture
this?
humans.
Garisham. My tribe, and Deadlough's. We both remained in this part of the world.
It's fucked up.
Whose is this cliff?
Amaran. They ventured beyond the sea.
It's a hand with a dagger. There's a lot of vampire lore they can really expand on in future games with this. That's crazy. Transcript of a conversation with a lower being. Okay. Alright. Realistically. Oh, there's more. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, we're gonna pick this up on the next episode. I didn't want to end it here, but we have to. I'm running kind of long on this one. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Stick around for the next Witcher, where we figure out what the hell is... how this is gonna go. We're gonna basically lock him in a cage that he can't escape from, and then basically just drive him mad. And it's like, sure, we can get the blood sample then, but then how do we calm him down? How do we bring that back down? You know? He's a good dude for going this far, but it's like, geez, man. And then we got all this shit to read and all this. So we got more to see. The past of the vampires. It's crazy. So let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you again for watching. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.